welcome to this episode of Video Drone by DIY3DTech.com. We're out here in my little test field, and we're going to try this mount. I did an unboxing of it the other day, and I've got my DJI on there. Now, this is just going to be a test to see how it handles the mount and the weight and everything else. Unfortunately, the memory card I brought out to the field for the DJI, it simply doesn't like. So I'm not going to be able to record on the DJI, but we'll get an idea of how this will handle in flight and everything with this. So I've already checked hover and everything, so I'm good to go. And so what I'm going to do is go ahead and do takeoff and put it in the air, and let's see what happens. So so far so good. One of the things I noticed when you do add weight to the Mavic, it wants to keep going up. So as you see, I had to adjust it a little bit to kind of get it to stabilize. So it's now actually stabilized in there, and you can kind of see how it is. So it's balanced pretty good. So I'm happy with that piece so far. And it seems to be. So let's go ahead, and that's a little bit more lethargic. But of course it's carrying a bit more weight than it normally does, but it's handling pretty well. Now, one of the things I removed the vibration dampener, because I wanted to try it with a little bit more low profile, because the DJI is a pretty heavy camera actually, and it's handling it pretty well. So you know, because one of the things, I want to try my 360 cam, but before I did that, I wanted to experiment with a little bit more lower profile camera, if you will. So I want to just take it out here, hopefully not run it into anything. So I'm keeping it kind of low just to see how it handles. Plus, one of the things as I experiment with the 360, one of the things I want to do is be able to fly it in tighter quarters, because I'm trying to fly the copter and talk to you guys at the same time. So nope, don't want to fly it that way. Flying it into the tree. Alright, fly back towards me. So I'm trying to watch the copter, talk to you guys, and everything else at the same time. And thanks for collision avoidance. But one of the pieces I want to do with this is put the 360 camera on it and fly it. Now, the 360 camera only has a focus range of about 20 feet because of the spherical lenses on it and stuff. So what I want to do is be able to get kind of tighter in situations. And again, this is where the collision avoidance comes in nice on this, because I can fly it kind of tight in between those trees, just like as you notice I almost ran into the tree over there. The collision avoidance warned me and stopped me. That's pretty cool. So I think I'll be able to do some interesting stuff, because down in that spillway, I'd like to take the 360 camera down into that spillway and video, do a 360 in that spillway of the spillway itself with the 360, and you can spin it around and do some cool stuff. So I'm giving this a thumbs up so far. I mean, you know, no issues. So kind of take it up and out this way. Now the one thing is, you will have to adjust your flight on this, your flight habits. It does handle differently. So the braking distance is longer, obviously, the more weight. The acceleration is a little bit slower, and the general response is slower. Also, you may get that it wants to rise, as I was mentioning. You know, because the ESCs are going to be a little bit overloaded with this, because obviously it wasn't meant to carry this kind of weight. I would be careful getting too much weight on here. I know some guys have put some pretty big cameras, lights, and stuff on here. I would be concerned the impact on the ESCs, you know, running that kind of weight on there. Because I can just imagine right now the response on here carrying that extra weight, which is and 20 to 30% of the weight of the Mavic is going to have an impact. Now, the wind's kicked up, probably a 5 to 6 mile an hour gust right now, and hopefully I'm getting in the hat cam. Obviously, the bigger, less aerodynamic profile is going to cause more aberrations in flight for this thing as you see it. So it's going to have to work harder to fly and stay stable. So this is definitely going to also eat your battery life. But if you want to fly another camera, I think this is great. One of the things I am actually going to do is I'm going to get my Runcam 2 out. And I think that one is going to be a better camera to fly under because it's obviously more streamlined and sleek. So anyways, I'm going to bring this back over and bring this down. So I think I've kind of proven out that it works. And we're just going to see that definitely. Now it comes down fast, which I kind of expected. Yeah, because I'm no stranger to bolting strange stuff onto drones, so and let's set it down. Alright, so we set it down nicely on the pad, so that's all good. So, hey, another great flight of the Mavic Pro with this new mount. I'm giving this mount a thumbs up. I really like this. Now, I wanted to fly it sort of like it is stock. I am going to change this. I am going to remove that big gnarly GoPro bolt going out of it, and also the metal bolt in the bottom. I'm also going to probably spin that mount down on the lathe to lighten the load, and then I'm going to use nylon bolts instead to, again, remove even more weight. So I'll probably do a little bit of an episode on that back at the bench when I do that, so you guys can see what I did, and let's see how much weight I remove. As far as having the vibration dampeners, I probably will add those back in for the Runcam because it's a lower profile and it's not sticking up so much, so you don't have the teetering. And because that's what I was a little bit concerned with, because it's even got another piece that raises it up even higher. And maybe for like the Ball 360, the Samsung might be good, but I wanted to be on the safe side, and this was more than acceptable. So again, big thumbs up. Let me know what you're thinking about for lunch, and we'll see you guys in the next video where we invent something, build something, or go fly a drone. Cheers. See you guys later.